Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be reviewing the new Nars Light Reflecting Foundation. So I'm so excited about this because I've seen lots of people talking about this and I'm excited to try it for myself. This is what it looks like right here. So I have this and I also have the Light Reflecting Setting Powder as well to try it alongside it. So yeah, let's go ahead and we'll get started. Okay, so this again is what the foundation looks like. Love the packaging for it. It's very classic Nars, very kind of simple. I just love the packaging for it. I'm going to run through all the info and details on the foundation. It says this innovative blend of makeup and skincare instantly blurs imperfections, smooths the look of textured skin and helps conceal blemishes, dark spots and redness. It visibly improves skin's clarity after 6 weeks of daily use, even after makeup is removed. Okay, so this is like a makeup and skincare hybrid and it's supposed to have a natural finish, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how this is going to go. And with this Nars foundation we get a pump, which is great. There's 36 shades in the range and the one I have here is in the medium bracket and it's M1.2, which is Patagonia, and it's supposed to have a neutral undertone. I'm very excited to see how this is going to go. I just love makeup right now that is all about kind of glowiness and natural and just going to give you a really healthy look on the skin, and I like that this has that kind of like skincare idea to it as well. So like I said, I also have the Nars, the Light Reflecting Setting Powder, and the one I have is in Translucent Crystal. As you can see, it's just this kind of clear or like white, but it's translucent like pressed powder. So I'm excited to see how this is going to go alongside it. I'll read the info on that when I get closer to using it. But first of all, I'm going to start off with the foundation. I'm just going to shake it up and make sure it's well mixed. Okay, so straight away what I've noticed, it's a very liquidy foundation, which I actually really love because it gives you like a hydrating feel on the skin and it can be really buildable as well. It says that it's suitable for most skin types including sensitive, and it has a medium buildable coverage with a natural finish. So that's the shade there. I think it's going to match my self tanner quite well. Yeah, so that's the shade Patagonia and I'm so far liking the look of it. It looks quite like a true neutral undertone. And I put on there like one pump. Oh, and for my skincare, I will tell you, I've only got this on my skin. I've got the Herbivore Cloud Jelly Vegan Collagen Plumping Hydrating Serum. I've been loving this right now and I have this on. That's all I have on. I don't have primer or anything on, just that. And the brush that I'm using is the Sigma Flat Kabuki F80. It's my favourite foundation brush to apply foundation. So I'm just going to apply it to one side first and see how the coverage looks. So that one pump covered just like my kind of cheek area. I'm going to have to do like another maybe half pump for this half of my forehead. Okay, so this is how it's looking on this half of my face. And I definitely think it's a medium coverage. Like I do feel like it covers pretty well on my skin. Like you can see the difference there. You know, there's a good bit of coverage. Like you could probably build up a little bit around my like this part of my cheek here, but normally I'll put concealer there anyway. But I definitely think it's medium coverage and I think it would definitely be buildable because it's such a really kind of thin, lightweight, kind of watery formula. It has a nice glow to it as well. It's nothing over the top, it's quite natural, has a natural radiance to it, which is really nice. So as you can see, you know, the difference on either side there, it covers pretty well. And the shades is pretty decent for me as well. Again, it is a neutral undertone. And I meant to say as well that my skin type is actually like normal to dry, so I have little dry patches every so often, usually on my forehead, so kind of like on these kind of outer parts here of my forehead I get kind of dryness. I did exfoliate it this morning to try and make sure that my skin was, you know, as smooth as possible for the foundation. But yeah, so far it's looking really good on my skin. It hasn't like clung to any dryness or anything like that as well, which is good. I'm just going to do the other side and then we'll see how we're looking so far. Okay, so this is how it's looking on both sides now, and I'm really liking the finish of it. Like, it's so lightweight on the skin, and it just looks really natural on the skin. Like I said, it has a nice kind of natural radiance to it, which is really beautiful, and it just feels like nothing on the skin. Like, I actually feel like I don't have any foundation on. It's like so lightweight, and almost has this kind of gel like consistency to it, and I think it's because of, you know, the skincare aspect to it, you know, because it's like a makeup and skincare hybrid. Yeah, it just feels like really beautiful on the skin, just really lightweight. Okay, so I've applied concealer. I used the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard. I used it for my under eyes, my chin and my forehead. And I'm now going to set all of that in place, including the foundation, with the new light reflecting setting powder. And this one, like I said, is in the shade Translucent Crystal. I'm going to read some info on it first. So it now comes in 4 shades. So it's our best selling pressed powder with a luminous photo ready finish. So this has been out before, but I think this might just be one new shade or something like that. Yeah, so it's an undetectable, unrevealed, universally flattering setting powder, and it says it's suitable for all skin tones. It has a lightweight and easy to blend formula that locks makeup in place for all day with a weightless luminous finish. It says it creates a soft focus effect by fading fine lines, wrinkles and pores. It has no flashback. Your skin will look perfect in person and on camera. So it has micro fine mineral powders loaded with glycerine and antioxidant rich vitamin E, which help guard against dryness and keep skin comfortable all day. Okay, so let's give that a little try. I do have this little brush which I got, and this one here, I think it's called a blush brush or something like that, but I'm thinking I can use it maybe for this powder. I want to feel, okay, so very fine. Yeah, I can see it has a luminous finish to it. If you can see on my fingers there, it has a nice kind of shine to it, like a luminous finish. So I'm excited to see how this is going to go actually. I don't know if this is the best brush to be using with this, because seems to be working. I would use something a little bit more flimsy, because this is all a bit more dense, maybe because it's a bit big. Okay, so that feels really smooth, like very smooth on the skin, and hoping you can see it in camera. It says you're supposed to see it in person and on camera. It's supposed to make your skin look amazing. In person it looks beautiful, like it's actually really nice and glowy. I don't know if my camera will pick it up really well, because sometimes cameras just don't. But yeah, this is actually really nice. I'm liking the finish of that on the skin. It definitely takes away that kind of gel texture to the foundation and makes it, you know, really silky smooth. Not silky smooth, just satiny smooth. Yeah, just very smooth. Okay, now I've applied all the rest of my makeup. This is how the foundation is wearing, and it looks beautiful on the skin. It really does. It is a medium coverage foundation. Like, I used like one pump for one cheek, yeah, and then one on the other cheek, and then a half pump for like two sides of my forehead. So like one pump here basically, and one pump on either cheek, and it covers beautifully. It covers like kind of like little red bits. I don't have too much red bits, just a little bit on my cheek area there, so it covered that well, and a little bit of darkness I have around my chin. I don't have too many blemishes to cover on my skin, but according to the info, it does say that it will cover, you know, blemishes and just make your skin look a lot better. So in terms of like obviously making your skin look a lot better, it does look actually beautiful on the skin. Like, it doesn't emphasize like texture or anything on the skin. I think because it's such a kind of lightweight consistency, like, or formula, it's really beautiful. Like, it doesn't emphasize anything. Like I said, I do have like normal to sometimes dry skin. The dry bits I do get are just kind of right here in the outer parts of my forehead. I get them every so often, and it hasn't really like clung to that bit or emphasized or anything, which is good. So yeah, I personally think it's an absolute beautiful foundation. I love the kind of natural kind of glowiness it is given to my skin. I just love how lightweight and how it feels. It just doesn't feel like foundation. It feels so lightweight, very airy on the skin, very breathable, and yeah, gorgeous foundation. I personally think it's beautiful, and I do recommend it to you. And I'm also really happy with the undertone of this as well. Again, it's the shade Patagonia, which is in the medium category with a neutral undertone, and it is really good for my complexion. I do have a little bit of self tan, but it's not a dark self tan or anything, so I do think it's really good for kind of light medium skin, like probably more up to the lightest of medium category. Yeah, I love the finish of it, and I love the colour of it. As you've seen as well, I applied the light reflecting translucent powder on top, and I love like the kind of glowiness that this has. Like, it's not glowy, it's like a luminous, it's a really natural kind of luminosity finish. It has set the foundation really beautiful. Like, it takes away the kind of like the gel, like not like stickiness. It's not sticky at all, the foundation, but you know, like when you apply foundation, of course, like it takes a while to set. So when you like apply powder on top, sometimes it can make it too mattified, and sometimes it can make it look dry, but this doesn't. This is really beautiful. It is so thin. Like, it actually feels like hardly anything. It feels like satin on the fingers. And so when I applied it on my cheek area, like, yeah, my cheek, my forehead and that, it just really set the foundation beautifully, but it kind of turned it to a more kind of like a satin finish. It's so smooth, but I had that really kind of nice glowiness still to it. I've applied bronzer on top, of course, but it's really beautiful. Like, you can still see, you know, the luminosity kind of right here. I did apply a matte bronzer on top. I got a new one from Nars, the Valarta bronzer. It's a matte finish bronzer because I love Laguna, but the one I have isn't completely matte, so I got this one, which is a little bit lighter than Laguna, so it's a bit more for light complexions, and it matches really well with this foundation actually. So yeah, I got that on my cheeks, and that's a matte finish, so obviously it kind of took away a little bit of the luminosity of this powder. I'm going to come a little bit closer so you can get a good look at my skin. This is how it looks right here. I love the finish of it. I do also have a little bit of the Nars Orgasm blush on as well, which has a little bit more of a kind of shimmer to it. So if you see any shimmeriness going on here, that's that blush. I don't normally wear blush, but I thought I would just wear it because I was like using more or less all NARS products on my face today. I thought, let's go for a little bit of blush. But yeah, I don't tend to use shimmery blushes, but there's a little bit going on my cheeks there. So far, I'm really loving how this foundation looks. I think it's going to look perfect on my skin all day, to be honest, because like, it just looks beautiful, and it's very lightweight and thin. I just think it looks gorgeous on the skin, so I do highly recommend the foundation to you. There is a bunch of shades, of course, that you can kind of find your match on there, but this one, if you have similar skin tone to me, then this is, I think, a really good option for you, and I don't see oxidizing. Like, I have watched a couple of other people's reviews on this, and they do say that it oxidizes a bit, but I haven't seen that so far. Like, I don't think so. Maybe because mine is a neutral undertone. If you get warm or cool, they could maybe pull a little bit darker, but this is, I think, looks the same as when I first applied it. Yeah, I don't think it's oxidized at all, but overall I'm actually really loving the foundation, so I'm so happy about that, because like I've seen a lot of people talking about it and I'm so excited to try it, and I'm glad I have, and I'm loving it. Like, I think it's going to become my new favourite foundation. Yeah, so that's my thoughts and review on this foundation. I will leave a link to the foundation down below in the description box if you're interested in picking up for yourself, and you can use my link down below. That would be great. I would love to know your thoughts on foundation. Of course, if you have it as well, I'd love to know your thoughts and that as well in the comment section. That is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you really liked and enjoyed it, please get a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and I'll speak to you very soon in my next video. Bye.